Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm here after a very long time. Let's give me a quick introduction of myself. I have completed masters in zoology from University of Calcutta and I have been teaching for the past 7 years. Now I am here to cover the NEET syllabus fully based on NCERT. Let's start with the plant kingdom first. We'll be discussing the PYQs after every topic ends in a separate video. So let's start. Okay, now as we can see, the first topic discussed in the NCERT is the classification system. There are various classification systems. First, or the primitive one as we know, is the artificial system. This system of classification was mainly based on the presence or absence of few morphological or vegetative characters like habit, color, number, shape of leaves, etc. The first artificial system basically categorized plants into four categories: the herbs, the undershrubs, the shrubs, and the trees. Another artificial system that was given by Aristotle for animals, he grouped animals into two groups on the basis of the presence or absence of red blood cells. First was anemia, the animals with the absence of red blood, and second was anemia, animals with the presence of red blood. Another artificial system that was proposed by Carolus Linnaeus, the father of taxonomy as we know, was the presence or absence of sexual characters like the total number of stamens or carpels, etc. So what was disadvantage for this artificial system was there were no phylogenetical relationship that were into consideration, and there are only very few number of morphological characters that were used for the classification. So what happened, many closely related species got separated, so this was not taken into consideration for now. uh, the next type of classification system as we know is natural system. This type of classification in which properties like morphology, cytology or cell structure, phytochemistry or chemicals found in plants, embryology, the evolution of embryos, and anatomy are applied to find similarities or affinities among the organisms. Such classification for flowering plants was given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. What was the disadvantage for this classification was more weightage were given to reproductive characters. Phylogenetic relationships were not considered. So the next type of classification system, phylogenetic system, which were most accepted classification system, I would say. This system of classification is based on evolutionary ancestry and produces trees known as cladograms. Okay, so cladistics are categorized clades are sets of organism that comprises ancestors, classes, and their progeny. So we can see the lineage. Categorizing organism built on origin from a common ancestor is called phylogenetic classification. This is the most accepted classification system as of now. Okay, with the phylogenetic system of classification, we use many other taxonomic tools like numerical taxonomy. This type of classification is based on the individual observable characters of the organism, such as morphology, anatomy, etc. All other observed characters of the organisms are assigned with codes or numbers, so they can be stored in computers. The codes are analyzed with the help of computers. The data can be stored in the computer for a longer duration, of course, and can be used again whenever it is needed. Okay, so what is advantage of this system? In this way, each character is given equal importance, and at the same time, hundreds of characters can be considered at once. Okay, next is cytotaxonomy. Cytotaxonomy is the branch of taxonomy that uses the characters of cellular structures to classify the organisms. Next, chemotaxonomy. Chemotaxonomy is a type of classification of animals and plants based on their chemical and biochemical compositions. Okay, okay, let us discuss some important terminologies that will be useful for the further proceedings for this chapter. First is gametophyte. The gametophyte is the sexual phase in the life cycle of plants and algae. It develops sex organs that produces gametes. This is an haploid structure, means N. The sex cells are haploid that participate in fertilization to form diploid, which is 2N zygote, which is a double set of chromosomes. Okay. Next, sporophyte. A sporophyte is the diploid or 2N multicellular stage in the life cycle of a plant or alga which produces asexual spores. This stage alternates with a multicellular haploid gametophyte phase. Okay. Next is sporophyll. Sporophyll is basically a leaf that bears sporangia. Sporangia means from which spores will be formed. Both microphylls and megaphylls can be sporophylls. Okay. Next, embryophyte. The embryophytes are the clade of a plant, also known as embryophyta or land plants. Okay. So land plants are classified as embryophytes. What are the examples of embryophytes? Bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm, and angiosperms. Next is archegoniate. Archegoniate was a higher taxonomic term that indicated those embryophytes having a female sexual organ in form of archegonium. So which classes bear archegonium? Bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. Next is spermatophyte. The spermatophyta or seed bearing plants, also known as phenograms or phenogams, they have exposed reproductive parts basically. They are comprised of the seed producing plants, hence the alternative name seed plants. They are a subset of embryophytes or land plants. The examples are gymnosperm and angiosperms. Next is tracheophyte. Tracheophytes are the clade of plants that possess vascular system, means xylem or phloem. The examples are pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. The last one is cryptogam. A cryptogam, or scientific name is cryptogamy, is a plant in the wide sense of the word, or a plant-like organism that produces by spores without flowers or seeds. Okay, the examples are algae, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel if you find the content useful. And we'll be discussing the PYQs of this part in the next video. Thank you so much.